Welcome to the Simply Colorful FiberCast. Today's date is June 6th, 2014. My name is Lynn Marquidant and I'm your host. So welcome. FiberCast is all about all of us having fun, quilting, sewing, doing whatever we want to do with fiber together. It's amazing what we get done in 60 minutes. And I don't know if I mentioned my name's Lynn. We converse throughout the hour. Send me email to lmarquidant@gmail.com. I'd love to hear what you're working on. So hi everyone. I can't believe that it's June. I know I said that last week. I couldn't believe it was May. And I know I said I was going to be working on my quilt, my modern day, pseudo-modern. It really hasn't turned out to be that modern, but I've learned a lot. My gray quilt, and I've decided not to work on it tonight because I still have a lot of work to do around auditioning different fabrics. And everyone had such good ideas. I really appreciated the ideas, and I know it's going to make for a better quilt. So for example, I don't know if you can see behind me, on each corner there used to be a red square, the 9-patch. I actually have moved that, so I don't know if you can see on the other side too. And just by taking out even those 4 9-patch reds, excuse me, it looks much more modern. And so that's one thing that I've done. Another thing that I've done is someone suggested taking a blue piping. I think it was Anne up in Canada. Suggested a blue piping, if I understood, to make the blue within the center pop a little bit more. So I put some blue, I'm auditioning some blue around the green. And I'm playing with a red border and a gray border, but that's way behind me, and I just wanted you to know that I'm not doing that tonight, and that's what but I have pieced it all together since last week, and I put the border on it. So tonight what I thought I would do is work on the Hitty projects. That was nice and discreet. My mind is really on the yard sale tonight, or tomorrow's yard sale. And I know I said I didn't want to start anything new. I almost pulled out my strips to do some strip sewing, but I've changed my mind on that. So I thought I'd do that, and I also I wanted to show you a few things that I'm putting into the yard sale, and want to hear what you're doing. So this is FiberCast. It's all about both of us doing some work together. And whoops, I just hit that. I can't believe we've been doing this every Friday since the new year. So thank you all for tuning in and tuning in. Let's see. So what I think I'll do first is Hitty's Fancy Bonnet hat box and hat stand. I don't know if you can see that. Now, I must admit, I've read the directions. Hopefully I brought them back from the side of my bed. Oh, and I didn't. And so I think we're going to go to the second one. That's what we're going to do. Oh, wait a second. Nope, nope, nope. It's really going to be cute, though. If we get to a point where we need those directions, I'll go get them. Secondly, we have Hitty's carry case. So it's that in the middle. And I think we should make that. So let me get the iron ready. And again, this one, this is for Hitty. It says, Gail Wilson wrote, Hitty is such a good little traveler. She must have a way to travel safely. This easy-to-do cloth-covered box is just Hitty size and has an embroidered Hitty label on top and an interior pocket for small Hitty treasures. Packed in there well. All right. Here we go. Oh, I love how she even staples things here. Look at this. Directions. Okay. So illustration board weight cardboard. Ooh, this would be a good sign for our yard sale tomorrow. Bridget, if you're out there, I have to check my email. I may need to create some signs for Megan tonight. And if I do, I'll check my email. She said she had done signs for down at Route 135, and she put it on Hot News and somewhere else online. If anyone's out there, the yard sale's at 88 Winter Street. Tomorrow morning starts at 9, but we'll be there at 7 setting up. And so we won't use this for our sign because that's going to give our box some heft. There's also print fabric to cover the case that's 14 inches by 28 inches. That must be what this is. We may not even use a sewing machine tonight. This will be a first. There that is. It's not a very bright color, but it'll work. It's authentic. She's an old doll. Give it a nice iron. We also have cotton batting for the inner lining. Oh, and then we have the kitty label that I need to embroider. Oops, I just dropped something. Isn't that neat? That you probably can't see. It says Hitty on it, and it's backed with paper, which is really good. It gives it some heft. A pre-printed Hitty label to embroider, floss to embroider, ribbon for tie closure, and a button, which I've dropped on the floor, for the inner pocket closure. She thinks of everything. I'm sure the needle is here somewhere. So here is our batting. We should be able to do this. Okay. So for anyone for whom this might be your first time, welcome. I'm so glad that you've joined us. This is a bit unconventional, and we'll just go with it. I usually am sewing or quilting. Oh, one of my lights went off. Must be one of those nights. But welcome. What we do is, if you're working on something, pull it out. It's amazing what will get done. Send a picture of it. Every week we have some new people, which is just lovely. I love that. I'm discovering the world is a very big place, and there are a lot of like-minded quilters in it. Okay, so giving that a good iron. Okay, so I have all my pieces. And I think before I cut a thing, I am going to check to see who's out there. And I do that with my phone. My phone's been slow lately. Might be time for a new one. I think it's an iPhone 3. Oh, Karen's out there. Hi, Karen. Binding. Ah, she says you're on your own with sock knitting, but I do kind of enjoy sewing bindings. I bet I could get your binding done while you drive to Vermont. That is so true. Looking forward to FiberCast. Just watched, oh, you know what? Just watched last night. Thanks for the super duper shout out. That's Karen. She did the Relay for Life. They've raised so much money. They did such a good job out there in Paxinos area, Elysburg in Pennsylvania. So Karen, if you're on tonight, hi. Love the binding idea. Definitely into it. Bob got up this morning, and like we were having coffee, and he laid down on the couch and he pulled the quilt that I still have to bind. So my brand new one, the houses, and he pulled it out and he put it over him. And it was all I could do to pull it away and say it wasn't done. You can't get it dirty. It was kind of funny. Oh, Christina, Christina says, hello. Where I am, it's 2 a.m., so I will be watching it later on in the evening when I get home from work. Oh, well, wonderful. So if it's 2 a.m., are you in Europe? So nice to welcome. Joni, hi Joni. Joni says, sorry Lynn, not going to be watching tonight live. Going to a baseball game with the family. Oh, that's great. But I will watch when I get home later tonight, so I'll be working on eating and maybe a beer. I love that. And praying the rain will wait till the game is over. Also loved your post on the camper and bug. Wasn't that cool? For anyone who didn't see it, it was a, oh, what was it, a 1973 Volkswagen Bug. It was yellow. And somehow they had made a custom camper that actually hooked to the top of the middle of the Bug. And then you turned the Bug back and forth. And this is a real life car in a camper, and you could drive down the road with a camper. I watched that video and just wanted to go out and find a camper just like it. So did I. I wish we could have seen the inside too. Me too. Wouldn't that be fun to go cross country with the Bug in the camper? Haha, my husband doesn't, neither does mine. That's so funny, Joni. Well, I hope you had a great game, and when you're watching this, I hope it's a good cold, ice cold beer. Sandra, hi Sandra out there working on your quilt. Looking forward to keeping working on her random Ohio stars. Remember last week we had all the different stars. Neighborhood sale sounds fun too. See you then. Meaning see us tonight. Hi Sandra. Speaking of neighborhood yard sale, so here I thought I had all of this treasure that I could sell. And we have a half a bay of a garage full that we'll pull out tomorrow, but it's much harder to get rid of things than I thought. So I thought we'd have a little fun, and I'd show you just a few things that I am contemplating parting with. Yep, it's going. It's a pin cushion, an old-fashioned traditional pin cushion going on the yard sale table. By the way, I should bring this out. It's a very, very, very small pile. This, a dream catcher, which is really a pretty blue, but it will just gather dust. And it's so pretty. I want someone else to enjoy the newness of it, just like Bob and I did. So that's a dream catcher. That's going on the table. At Christmas time, the cousins, actually no, at Thanksgiving, the cousins all do an ornament for Christmas. And last Christmas, we got some plaster of Paris ornaments. Doesn't that look fun? I could sit there and paint all of them. That would be fun. But that's going on the table. Did I mention I have 6 of these? And I know what you're thinking. Why aren't I putting all 6 on the table? You never know when I'm going to need them. But I can give up one. Oh, and an old paintbrush to go with it. Is that really bad? Should I just throw it out? Someone may need it. You could stir up something. Let's see. One more, and then we'll go back to working on our hitty box. Well, I was looking through our mail, and this is a brand new coupon book. Lots of good coupons in here, and not everyone gets them. $5 off a pet source. Look at this pet. He's wearing glasses, for goodness sake. So that's going on the table. Oh, Sarah, if you're out there, and I owe you an email, Sarah over in Ashland, I know you left your Miss Kitty pedal, your Miss Kitty sewing, your Janome there, the little teeny tiny sewing machine. So as a joke, I thought I would put this on the table and sell it. What do you think? No, I won't do that. I have it. I'll drop it off to you tomorrow afternoon, and I won't sell it. Okay, and we'll go over the rest of those in a minute. So I cannot part with one stitch of fabric. I've organized things. You'd be proud. I've put all the embroidery floss with the embroidery floss. All my patterns together. So let's see what we've got here. Okay, so we're going to construct a box. To conserve fabric, you will be asked to cut out some pieces from the main fabric. These will be used later to make the inner pocket. Oh boy. You guys, just not into this. Do you ever get in a funk? I think, what should I do here? Maybe I will, okay, here's my hitty. That, you know, maybe I'll embroider it. I love this pin holder, by the way. Thank you, Karen. It has a magnet at the bottom that I just love. Speaking of Karens, there's another Karen, if she's out there, Karen B. over in Whitemansville. I heard what your float's going to be for the 4th of July. That sounds really fun. For everyone else on the call, Karen B. has a water parade, a boat parade every 4th of July. And we've been fortunate enough to attend at least one. I think maybe just last year they dressed up their party boat into a radio flyer wagon. And then all of us were dressed up like toys in the wagon. It was really cute. This year, and I hate to steal your thunder, but we'll tell people about it and then we'll show them pictures. Karen's husband is in our band, and he said that you're turning the boat into a Crayola crayon box. I think that's such a cute idea. And then each of us, if we get there, if there's room for us, we dress up like crayons. So he tells me you're purple and he's orange. But you probably knew that. Anyway, for everyone else out there, that's what they're doing. Do you know I can't even find it? Oh, here we go. Here's a needle. How's everyone's planting going? I hope you're about done. We have had some good rain the last 2 days, so it's really, I think things are setting roots. They're looking good. In fact, I bet we'll have lettuce this weekend. All right, that might be a little big, but we'll try it. I guess I'm going to do not a running stitch, but what's the backtrack stitch? Not much too big. No, I'm going to hold off because I will just ruin it. Let's put that right back in that box. Some days are just like this, aren't they? Let's see what we've got here. Backstitch, that is what it's called. Well, serious. This is too complicated for a Friday night. So I'm going to put this back. This will be a first. Let's look at other things that we're going to sell in the yard sale. Maybe we'll sell this. I'll sell the kit. I probably won't. Bridget, if you're out there, my goodness, what a score you got from the church. I cannot wait to see people's reactions. The Vineyard Church down the road from us has some donations, and they're going to participate in the yard sale tomorrow and raise money for the widows and orphans down in the Dominican Republic. So they went and picked up the various donations, and there were bags of, oh, that got wet, bags of yarn. Really pretty yarn, lots of little novelty yarns, the glittery, the ribbon yarn, and I put this down on water on my sewing board. Anyway, I can't wait to see that all out on the table tomorrow. It's going to be a beautiful day, and I'm sure one or two skeins will come home with me, but we'll see. Apparently, for those of you who are familiar with the area, the woman whose house the yarn came from was from Framingham, probably right down near the fabric place. It just looked like oodles of yarn from the fabric place. So that is going to be fun. Let's see. I did pull out one other thing. Do you remember when I went to Florida in January and I came back with a few patterns? This was one of them. And it's for a woven bag, and it actually only comes out to be 12 inches high by 14 wide by 8 deep. So it's a nice size. It's not too big. And I'm going to make that maybe for someone I know. But I think that'll be fun. I think if I use a jelly roll, a couple of batik jelly rolls, or bally pops, what you do, I don't know if you can see, but you actually take your 2.5-inch strip, you put the interfacing in the middle, a thinner strip like 1 inch, then you fold over the sides and you fold it over again, and you get a nice 1-inch double-sided fabric spine. And then you literally create all the spines going one way and create all the spines going the other way. You lay them on top of each other, and then you weave them together. The instructions look really straightforward. So here you're preparing the strips, and then here, those are all of the strips that are going that way, the yellow, and then these strips are all of the brown going the other way. And then my understanding is you put them one on top of the other, and then you start to weave them like you see there. And then eventually, you end up with a piece of fabric that's woven here, on both sides, of course, and that becomes the main fabric for your bag. And you put a pocket on it, and then you sew it together, and then I guess you put the handles and a pretty bow. So I think that'll be fun to make. And really, if I'd had my act together, this is something I could have wrapped my head around tonight, and we probably could have made a lot of headway. Some days are just like that, though. But you shouldn't be seeing me. This is all about getting things done. You shouldn't be seeing me goofing off. Let me see who else is out there, and then we'll go from there. I think this might be a short FiberCast, everyone. My slow little phone. Oh, and Jean says hi. She's not here. She is at our Hopkinton graduation is tonight. I'm just pulling something up. So what do you guys think about this quilt behind me? Do you like it? I kind of do, I think. I think. It's kind of a funny size, but I'm going to just keep it. I was thinking I could put it literally almost as a tablecloth, Or I could fold it up and put it on the couch. Oh, Joyce Long. Hi, Joyce. How are you? Have you done any quilting, machine quilting? Joyce says, hi, I'm glad to join you tonight. I'm glad you're joining too. I'm sorry I'm not really being very productive tonight. I love the way the quilt, oh, behind turned out. Thank you, you read my mind. I hope to post pictures of what I am working on this weekend. Have a great yard sale. That will be wonderful. Please do. Thanks for checking in. That's great. Oh. Oh, Karen, again, you're killing me with the yard sale items. I'm glad. Did I show you everything? Oh, wait, I kept 4 things. No, 5 things. Let's do more yard sale things, since that is what's on my mind. So, several years ago, I made a baby quilt for a coworker of mine, Bruce Lynn. And he had something in mind, and so we made this little mock-up quilt. Looks kind of pretty on the camera when you look at it that way. It's literally, you know, it's raw edged, sewn together. So I'm putting that in the pile. Then, oh, this is lovely. It's never been used, and it would be great. It's just not something that I'm going to use. It's to hold your rulers. So your quilt rulers. So it hangs up if you had a nice hanger, and it literally opens up like this, and you can put your items on it. So that would be great. Right now I don't have anything good for my rulers. Someday, and pretty soon, I'd like to have one with the channels in it. Just take a router and channel out some wood so I can put them all like that. Anyway, so this is going in the yard sale. See, I'm enticing you, I just know it. I forgot I had a few more things. Who can't use more bags for a little gift? See? Someone's going to buy that. I just know it. And then, of course, if that bag is not the right shade for you, or it's too shallow, is that the right word? Yeah. Here's another one. Don't you love how these things work? And let's see, we'll keep going here. Oh, 3 patterns. I still can't believe I'm going to let these go. That one, you may or may not notice it or recognize it. It's called Pioneer Nights. It's a block in the continuing series through Grandmother's Window. And here is the full set of, aren't those neat? I think the full set of blocks. I should finish my words. I believe that I bought this pattern at our guild's quilt show booth outside. So we have like a yard sale for fabric things, which is so fun. So I'm going to re-yard sale that one. This one, Tulips in the Park. And ooh, they have it in 2 colorways, so you can do it on the light or on the black. I'd love to see. Oh, it's a Piece of Cakes design from Colorado. I'd love to see what year it was made. Huh. I don't know what that is. I hope you all are sewing and getting a lot done, because nothing is happening here. Okay. Huh. Where is... Oh, a nice easy pattern, though, to follow. Look at that. Oh, I can't even see it. Well, it's a good pattern for applique. Tulips in the Park. This block is 12 inches square. The finished quilt is 62 by 75.5. So this will make someone very happy. Can you imagine tomorrow If not one quilter comes by and doesn't, I may have to bundle these all up and sell them as a package to entice someone. And this is the final pattern. It's a rainbow garden. Again, I can't say that I've made any of these, but I liked it. This one is from 1998. So 2008. Was that 16 years ago? Wow. You could modernize that up, I bet. If Jen Sorensen's out there, she could modernize it up. Now, how would we make that modern? One thing I'm learning is less is more. So like, you know, maybe we make, and if you float things, like maybe we would make the background white and do the squares and then the outer edge, but then turn the edging white again, so it almost looks like the square and the squares, and the flowers would be floating on white. I don't know. So that's going in the yard sale. And there's one more thing, I think, that I think I'm going to be able to part with. It's a poker chip. Big score on this one. Anyway, all kidding aside, I have a lot of things downstairs. Chris and Abby, can't wait for you to come over. They have a lot of beautiful things downstairs. They're moving, so they are really culling and lovely things. I'm sure I'll buy some of them. I've yet to price a thing, and I swore I'd have it all priced before tonight. All 3 tables are already down the street, so tomorrow I'll brew my coffee at 6:30. I'll put it in the mug. I'll go back the car up to our garage, fill it all up, drive down the street, unload. Chris will do that. Bridget will see you there. Megan will see you there. And I think I might just chalk tonight up to just having some time to just talk to you guys and say hello and show you my quilt and get your opinions. Thank you for your opinions on it. I really appreciate it. And I think we'll leave next week a bit of a surprise. I'm sure we'll do something fun, and I promise, see this girl right here? We'll use her next week. So I feel like I'm letting you go early. You get some free time back. Keep sewing if you're sewing. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and enjoy this lovely summer weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.